Okay friends, so many of you have asked how I do my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna give you a quick little tutorial for this morning. I have quite a few different ways that I do them, just depending on what products I wanna use for that day. But you can kind of see my hairs are growing in, and then I also had microblading done. So you can kind of see some of the lines are still there. It's faded quite a bit at the beginning, although you can still see some of those little fine tattoo lines. I'm actually gonna have it touched up soon, but for now I do like to fill it in a little bit. So today I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Brow Wiz. These were on sale at Ulta the other weekend. They were 50% off. So they're normally $21, but I got it for $10.50. The NYX brow pencils, just like these, are half the price of these, and they are a pretty good dupe. So I just love this color. I got the taupe one, and this one is really perfect for me with my blonde hair, so you can kind of see there. So you'll see as I put it on. I'm going to be using the mirror off to the side, so you'll kind of see me looking sideways, but I'll try to turn so you can see what I'm doing. So I start on the bottom, and I just define the line a little bit more, especially filling in those sparse areas. And I kind of go out all the way. So to determine where I start, I line it up right here with my nose, and then I just add a little light line there because I know that's where the end is going to be. And then I turn it sideways at the corner of my nose. That's where the arch is going to be. So I make a little note here. That's where my arch is going to be. And then from the bottom out, that's where the end's going to be. And you can see that's where I made the tip. And then I just kind of go in and fill in really lightly, like as if I was making the hair strokes. And this is where the product is really helpful. So this one is really great because it looks very natural and the color is perfect for my skin. If you get something too dark or too wide, it's gonna look really fake and you're gonna get that really plastered, hard looking eyebrow. So I like it to be much more natural and blended. So that's why I'm going in with this lighter color, and then I'm just creating those brush strokes with the pencil. So you can see how I'm just filling in some of those sparse areas, and then I'm coming up to the arch here and I'm just curving it over. I like a nice arch at the top there, not too pointy though. That's just personal preference. You can modify the arch however you like and whatever you prefer for your face. Then I'm just coming here a little bit more at the front and just filling that in a bit. And then I'm just going along the top to make sure that the thickness is the same all the way. You want it to be really similar and smooth throughout. And so then there you go. That was really simple, just on the one. And I'm just gonna fill that in a little bit. And then what you can do is you can come with the little spoolie that's on the other end, and you're just gonna brush up your hairs. And what that does is it blends the hairs that you do have with the makeup that's in there. Sometimes it blends a little too much, and I like to fill back in a bit. Just a few more brush strokes. So then one tip that is really helpful, which I don't need today because this is a perfect color for me, but one thing I love to do is, and I read this or watched this at one of my favorite YouTubers, is you take your foundation brush. If you do it too dark in the beginning, you just take your foundation brush, which will normally already have a little bit of residue on it, and you just kind of lightly tap at the beginning of the brow. And what that does is it kind of blends this area out a little bit. So you want to keep the tail a little bit darker, but the beginning you want to have a little bit of a gradation into the darkness. So you can kind of just tap tap at the beginning, and then you can blend it out a little bit more if you need to. So again, I didn't really do that today because this is a perfect shade for me and it wasn't too dark, but on days when I use a heavier product, I do have to do that. So for example, when I use the Dip Brow or one of the pomades that's a little bit more thick and doesn't blend as well, then I really have to do that to make it look natural. Otherwise it looks like I have these really like painted on eyebrows, and I don't want that. So this other step that I do is totally optional, but I like to do it, especially when I haven't had my brows what would you call it? Oh, waxed or threaded or whatever in a while. So you just go in with a tiny concealer brush and a little concealer. I just use this one. It is, what is this concealer? Oh, Glow Concealer Camouflage. Can you see that? So I just go in with a tiny bit of this and I just smooth out the line underneath my brow. And that just makes the edges really clean, especially if you have any little hairs down there. And just smooths things out a little bit. And then I just blend that in, and it just makes the line really smooth. And sometimes I do go on the top as well. Again, this is just optional, personal preference. And I did a little bit too much on the bottom there, and I ended up taking off some of my line. And so there we go. My eyebrow is done. And again, this took about 6 minutes for me to do one brow, but that was because I was talking you through it. Normally it takes me like about 30 seconds to a minute to do each brow. So it's pretty quick and easy. And again, I'm using today the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color taupe, but you can really use anything. I am going to end this video. I'll do the other brow, and then I'll show you a picture of the end. Hey friends, so I went ahead and finished my hair, and now you can see here are my complete brows. Please excuse, this is it that I have here. But I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Again, I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the taupe color, and I would love to hear from you about how this tutorial worked out for you and what products you're loving. Please find me on Facebook or Instagram at My Cancer Chic, and like and subscribe below if you want to see more videos like this. Have a great day.